Are you ever plagued by hunger? And have you ever wondered what triggers that hunger? Sometimes even after a very good meal, then let me share with you some interesting truths. Hunger signals come from your brain's appetite control centers. These are meant to tell you when you need to eat. And the problem is that these days, control centers in most people's brains no longer function as they are meant to do. And this is a result of the way we've been taught to live and eat in the modern world. Masses of packaged foods and grains and sugars and convenience foods filled with pesticides and chemicals and health-destroying additives. So often, we experience false hunger, which undermines our health and makes many people fat. More about this in a moment. The false hunger is most of the time triggered by three situations. Let me tell you what they are. First, when your body is fatigued and is calling out for energy, you often turn to food in the hope that eating will revive you. The problem is, sadly, this seldom works. In fact, for most people, eating under such circumstances only increases your hunger instead of helping you handle it. Second, when your body is in need of essential nutrients, a vitamin or a mineral, for instance, or more often than not, needing a combination of nutrients that you're not getting from the foods you've been eating, this also produces false hunger that is not easy to handle. Finally, when you're experiencing negative emotions, or if you're under a lot of stress, most people seek comfort from eating certain foods, especially grain-based carbohydrates like breads and pastas, or foods that are full of sugar, in the hope that these foods might alleviate their discomfort. Yeah, the only trouble is that the very foods you seek for comfort only make you crave yet more carbs and sugars. Why? Well, because when you turn to grains and cereal-based carbs, from breads and pastas to sweet desserts, these foods create insulin resistance and blood sugar disorders, and this leads to ever-increasing food cravings and addictions. Okay, these are the three most common triggers of false hunger, which undermines your health, decreases your vitality, and makes you feel lousy. False hunger is triggered by your hypothalamus and your autonomic nervous system. More often than not, you're not even aware that this is happening as you reach for food. Meanwhile, conventional weight loss diets use all sorts of pills and potions and techniques in the hopes of overcoming false hunger's trigger mechanisms. Slimming diets tell us that we should count calories. They tell us that we have to work our bodies hard to keep from getting fat. They urge us to use brute force or willpower to overcome the impulse to eat. Of course, sooner or later, all of these methods fail. So, what is the answer? You won't believe how simple it can be. Here's how to manage these issues. When you feel hungry for no apparent reason, stop and ask yourself if you are really hungry or just tired and in need of a rest, if only for 5 or 10 minutes. Drink a glass of good quality water, breathe deeply, and give yourself a time out which you deserve. Next, stay away from packaged convenience foods. You see, they deplete your body of vitamins and minerals. They're filled with all sorts of hidden ingredients, including flavor enhancers designed by manufacturers to increase your hunger while undermining your health. Then, learn some simple practices for making stress your friend instead of being ruled by it, and practice them. Eat real foods like fresh organic vegetables and top quality proteins from fish as well as chicken and animals that have been freely grazed in pastures. Cut the quantities of grains and cereals and sugars that you've been eating to an absolute minimum. Want to learn more? Download my new, very comprehensive free book now. You'll find it in the bottom right-hand corner of CuraRomana.com's homepage. The information that it offers can literally transform your health and your life.